Hi, I'm Isabel Esquivel, and I will be presenting my social issue of child immigration. Child immigration has been an ongoing issue in the United States of America for many years. What concerns many Americans with child immigrants is that these people are bringing in criminals that endanger the American society. Other concerns arise when these children start not being able to live out the dream that they came here to live out. Many of the policies that have been put in place try to limit the amount of immigrants that come into the country illegally. Immigrant children are children who come into the country illegally without any proper documentation. Most of these children are asylum seekers and children who have been smuggled into the country to do labor and sexual objection or to get a better opportunity in life. Many of these children have family in America and travel by themselves or with their families for various reasons, like the economy, drug, gang violence, unequal opportunities, and poverty. The lack of legal representation forced these children to go through a very oppressive and traumatic system. The Immigration Nationality Act of 1952 granted immigrant citizenship in the United States under the requirements. This act was the beginning of many opportunities for those to come into the country for the better. Before the act was put in place, there were many debates on what rules should be in place and whether or not the country give automatic citizenship to these illegal immigrants. The policy helped alleviate some immigration issues in the United States by securing the country's national security. It also helped alleviate the amount of illegal entrances into the country by helping them gain citizenship and eligibility to work in the United States. These individuals were eligible to get visas and green cards to work in the country. Others were granted citizenship under certain circumstances. A child who was born outside the United States could gain citizenship by having at least one parent in the United States who is a citizen by birth or by naturalization. Also has to be under the age of 18, and the child is currently residing in the United States in custody of a U.S. citizen parent or legal guardian. In order to gain citizenship, the individual has to have a skilled profession. They may also have family members in the country that claim them as family members to gain citizenship. There are many opposing viewpoints and perspectives when considering child immigrants. For starters, when looking at the younger population of child immigrants, many of these children face many learning barriers because of their lack of English and knowledge of the new culture they are to adapt to. Many of these children do not know the English language and are expected to learn just like any other English-speaking student can. Some of these immigrant children often find themselves falling behind in school and not exceeding in certain areas. These children are also at a very high risk to drop out of school because they don't succeed in their classes and do not have the encouragement or necessary help they need at home to continue. For those students who do succeed in school and want to continue their education in a four-year university or technical school, they often get turned away because of their lack of documentation. These young adults don't have the access to higher education because of all the challenges they face trying to enroll in a university or technical school. They cannot apply for financial aid, scholarships, or grants because of the lack of documentation. This then makes it harder for these individuals to gain a higher education because they do not have the means or financial stability to be able to pay or attend. Undocumented youth often cannot gain a higher education because of this, therefore leading to other financial problems in the later future. There are many contradicting points of views in regards to child immigration. For starters, those who oppose keeping immigrant children in the country want these children to go back to their country of origin no matter what the circumstance may be. They believe that immigrants in general are the main reasons behind increased rates of drug trafficking, gang violence, and child abuse. The Trump administration caused many of these beliefs to justify why they want immigrants out of the country. Many people believe that illegal immigrants are part of why the country has so many problems economically. They also say illegal immigrants don't contribute to the economy and services get wasted on what has been put in place for citizens. Immigrants lack the proper documentation to file for taxes, and many believe that they shouldn't be part of the society because they can't pay taxes. On the contrary, many other people believe that giving these children amnesty to remain in the United States will benefit not only the immigrants currently in the country, but the country overall. Immigrants have contributed to the economy in a variety of different ways. For example, immigrants have a higher percentage in the labor force than any native-born American citizen. Immigrants own many businesses than native-born citizens, which is why supporters want to give amnesty to these individuals. Another point is that these children deserve the right to have the opportunity to gain a higher education and a good paying job. Under the Obama administration, many people looked at the point of view of the children who came into America illegally as a younger child. They believe that these children should have the opportunity to have such rights because they didn't have a choice when they were younger to come into the country legally. Their parents forced them to come into the country, grew up having a citizen's rights, followed rules, went to school, and blended into the American society. Under the Trump administration, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, also known as DACA, was put to a halt. Many opposers of this program believe that this plan of action was an overreach of the Obama administration that gave false hope to these young adults in receiving amnesty and legal residence in the country. DACA was imposed in this country to give the childhood arrivals a chance to live out the American dream. DACA also gave these children a chance to be able to get an identification card, eligibility to apply to a job, and be able to sign up to go to a 2 or 4 year institution or university. The Obama administration gave the childhood arrivals the opportunity to actually live and have the opportunity to live like an American citizen until it was shut down by the Trump administration. Once the Trump administration was in office, many people were confused and didn't know what to do in regards to finding employment or how these young adults were going to continue school. Currently, there's no new program put in place for these individuals to continue to live in the country with permission.